Hello, and welcome to the Higher Ed Minute with Crystal Detweiler. This is episode 13. Today we are going to talk about more selection factors. Specifically, I want to talk about the cost of attendance. The cost of attendance includes a lot of different things. It's not just going to be tuition costs. There's also university fees, books, materials, internet charges that you're going to have to make sure you need a stable internet connection, and admission fees. So first, let's talk a little bit about the tuition and regular fees for the university. If you're active military and you're using tuition assistance, the fees are not going to be covered by that tuition assistance funding. So you really want to check if it's low tuition and high fees or high tuition, low fees. You also want to look at what they're offering to military students. Remember, most schools that work with military are going to have two different sets of tuition costs, especially at private universities, because they have a little bit more latitude to offer different rates, which means you could find that they have a very special low rate for military students, both active duty and veterans. So if you're a veteran trying to not use your GI Bill just yet, make sure you ask about those special tuition rates for veterans. With the fees, that is an out-of-pocket expense for you. GI Bill will cover them when you're using GI Bill for the most part. Tuition assistance, again, is not. Admissions fees specifically, this one gets a little bit tricky, and I always recommend to my students you need to talk to the school before you apply. Talk to an admissions representative at the school. Find out if there is a way that you can have that reduced or waived by attending, say, a webinar or an orientation at the school. Or if simply because you talk to the admissions representative, you get a special deal. Or if because you're military or a veteran student, you get a special admissions application fee. With your internet, you really need to make sure you have at least 5 different places you can go to get internet at any given time and have stable internet. Unfortunately, when you get into college, you'll find out, if you haven't already, not having internet's not going to really help as an excuse if you don't get an assignment turned in on time. Depending on the situation, there are some special situations. Everything is case by case usually on considerations like that. But as a general rule, you're going to find that not having internet is not going to be acceptable. So you need to make sure you have that opportunity and really think about those costs. And remember that college is expensive. It is something that you might run into out-of-pocket costs, even if you're a military student using tuition assistance. And be prepared for that. Refer back to the videos I shared before earlier on in the series about the funding. I gave you guys 5 different videos of funding opportunities and some different strategies to build your funding. And if you have any questions, you want to talk about getting started with funding applications, figuring out the cost of school, trying to narrow that down, please make an appointment with an education advisor. As always, links to make an appointment with a Stone Education Advisor are down below in YouTube and up above in LinkedIn. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a splendid weekend.